These days, everybody wants to become an entrepreneur. And now, because times are changing, and now because everyone wants to go online and do their bit, they want to stand out in the industry. And that's why I wanted to create this video wherein we understand the 7 powerful skills that can get you to go places in terms of becoming an entrepreneur online. Hi, I'm Diya Asrani and I'm a personal branding coach, and I'm here to help you understand what are the top skills that an entrepreneur needs to actually grow as a powerful leader in the industry, whether online or offline or anywhere. Let's just face the fact. Competition is rising, right? No matter what we say when it comes to, that, okay, there's no such thing as competition, or, I'm going to be collaborating with so many people, we still have to understand that we need to stand out in the industry as whatever we do. So whatever your niche is, whatever your industry is, you would like to be somebody who is a prominent leader and who is somebody who is selected for that particular service, right? So that's why I thought, okay, why not I get into this and make these skills and, put these skills together for you. Okay, so the very first skill which I want to talk about is problem solving skills. Now you might think that, okay, problem solving, I can solve any problem. But here's the thing, you have to laser focus in a problem that you're planning to solve permanently for your audience. Okay, now what do you do in this case? You think of what are the top 3 problems that you can solve as an entrepreneur. Now, say for example, you want somebody to make money online. Okay, that could be a problem for them because they don't know how to start. For another person, it could be that, I want to start my new business, but I don't know how to start. So you can solve a problem like that. That way, it has to be something that a 5-year-old child should be able to understand that, okay, this is a problem that this person is solving. Okay, if it's really complicated, if it's something that, is not making too much sense, then probably they will not be able to understand how are you positioned in your industry. So always mention that, okay, it's a very simple, straightforward problem. I'm going to help you lose weight. Okay, that's a problem, right? A lot of people are finding it difficult to lose weight, especially during the pandemic, especially when, there is the festive season. There are so many things happening. So how do you do that, right? So that's a problem for many people who are trying to solve, right? So you can be an expert in that. So problem solving skills. Now in that problem, what else are you going to be telling them to do? Are you going to be solving other problems that are related to that? Think about it. Okay, so make sure that you laser focus on that one problem that you're planning to solve. Now the second skill which I want to talk about is marketing skills. I've heard this many times, okay, by especially coaches, trainers, entrepreneurs saying this, marketing is not for me. I think I should outsource it and I should just get it done by somebody. Yes, you can outsource it, but not right now when you don't know anything about marketing. It's always good to educate yourself on what marketing really is and what you can do to really grow your business or grow your presence online as a true person who is standing out in the industry, right? So if you have to be a marketer, it's not about, just telling people that this is what you do. A marketer is also a storyteller. So when they start telling stories, when a marketer starts telling stories about, how they started, what got them to do this, what has made them, really help more people in this particular journey, then people start making sense of it, right? So you need to put your words together and become a better marketer so that people understand that you are doing this for a reason. You're not just doing this for the money. Right? So marketing is just more, it goes much more deeper than just, throwing out a product or a service. It's more about, telling them that where did you start? How did you get here? Because see, you might think that people don't listen to you, but the very fact is that if they want to associate themselves with you, they have to listen to you and they have to know where you come from. Here's an example, okay? Now, when I get my clients, okay, most of my clients are organic, and I'm being honest, you can go and check. Most of my clients are organic. Why? Because an organic means free traffic, means, free. It's like they just saw my content. I didn't pay a penny for my marketing and I've got my clients. Okay, now here's the thing what they've noticed. They go straight away to my YouTube channel and they check out all my videos there. And then they get an idea, okay, that this is the person whom we want to associate ourselves with. Now, where does it start? How you market yourself. How do you put content out there? and how do you express yourself and make it more simplified so people see the personality that's coming out when they watch your video, right? A video speaks thousands and thousands of words more than just an image. Yeah, so that is marketing for you, my friend. Now the third thing which I want to talk about is money management. Many entrepreneurs lose it over here. Okay, when they want to make money, it is more about, oh, I'm going to save and then I'm going to go and shop. I'm going to go and put it in different things that I'm passionate about. Yes, very well, it's your money, but you got to plan it in such a way that you have a certain saving for, say, charity. You have a certain saving for, say, investment. You have a certain savings for, say, just going and living your life. There are so many aspects, right? There's also a saving that where you say, you save it only for continuous learning, right? Like education. So that is what you really need to work with in terms of putting them in compartments, okay, or maybe jars that would tell you that, okay, this much is what I need to do. So planning your money is very, very important, and managing it even more important, right? So don't worry if you are not making too much right now and you don't have enough money to really get there and plan it, right? You are using a certain thing in a certain direction, in a strategy where you have to work in a way therein that your money only grows, and then you start planning it better. So even if you have like 100 rupees, okay, that you've earned, just 100 rupees, all right? Though many people in today's day and age, you don't earn so less, but I'm just giving you an example. Now in 100 rupees, you can divide it in such a way that 10% goes to charity, 10% is what you will use for probably your learning, 10% will be for something else, 15% will be for something else, so on and so forth, right? So that way you are planning it in such a way that you have savings and you're planning the rest of your life in a better way. Okay, so that is money management for you. Now the fourth thing which I want to talk about is interpersonal skills. Very, very important if you're an entrepreneur, because you might say that oh, I'm only going to be sitting in front of the computer and making videos and talking to people and whatever your job is or whatever your industry is, right? But here's the thing, eventually you have to talk to people, and eventually you have to build a community. You have to build something that will make people come to you so that they can learn from you further, right? What does an entrepreneur do? An entrepreneur does, what they do is in terms of they connect with people. They want to help audiences, right? So interpersonal skills, being able to understand people better, right, is very, very important when you want to stand out in your industry. Okay, it's a very, very important skill, especially when you want to understand the person's problems, the person's viewpoint on certain things. Maybe they'll give you feedback, maybe they'll tell you can do this, right? When you're dealing with one-on-one clients especially, you're going to face this. You're going to find all kinds of people who will be coming to you, right, and doing this for you. So you have to understand. So if you're doing business, okay, you have to be okay to build your interpersonal skills so that that I can deal with people accordingly. There are people who will be very good to you. There'll be people who will be very bad to you, right? There will be people who will be extremely rude and say, how can you even put this service out there? There will be people who would love what you do, right? So you have to just be okay with it, and that's what interpersonal skills does. You become somebody who is standing out in terms of how you connect with people better, right? So that is a very, very important skill. Okay, then we talk about strategic planning skills. Now what is strategic planning? Is basically that you need to have a strategy in terms of every plan that you do. So any kind of hurdle comes up, or maybe an issue comes up, or maybe you're failed in something, which is okay. Everyone fails, okay, nobody's perfect. But when you are in that situation, you need to figure out a plan that would kind of get you back on track, right? So strategy, like any business, needs to have a strategy. If you don't have a strategy and a system that is working for you, then it's not going to really help you in the long run. Okay, so always understand that when you're building a strategy, you are going to be planning it for the future. You're not planning it for tomorrow. You're planning it for a way where you say, okay, 5 years down the line, I should be here. Not necessarily that you will be right there, little here and there, but if you set your goal, nothing like it, right? So you have to build your strategic planning, and you to have like some kind of a plan for everything that comes your way, because you're building something that is really big. It's bigger than you, right? Your own presence, your business, it's bigger than you. So if you want it to last, okay, you want it to grow, you will expect it to fail sometime in life. Okay, maybe a certain strategy didn't work, or maybe the certain way you did a video didn't work, or maybe the service that you put out there didn't work, maybe your price packaging didn't work. It could be many things, right? So you have to have plan B. You have to learn to understand that, okay, this strategy didn't work, let's try this strategy. Okay, and you should constantly be working in that whole sense. Okay, then public speaking skills. Now this is a fear that I tell a lot of people, and yes, we all know it's a fact that it's a fear that is larger than death, right? But the point is that it's not so difficult to build your public speaking skills. Okay, I want to tell you something about myself. When I started out as an entrepreneur or a coach, I was a trainer. I've been training many people, for many years now. And when I started out, my number one fear was public speaking. Okay, because I didn't know how to go and face a crowd. When I was in school, nobody used to encourage me to actually go out there and talk to people. They would just tell me that, just be behind the scenes, it's okay, So I was not of that whole, I was not confident enough to actually go out there and talk to people. Okay, but then when I kept on working on it and I said I'm going to do it, I kept on working on it at every training. I did make mistakes. I was laughed at. I was told many times that this is not for you. I was told so many times that, you're not going to be able to do this further, right? I was told many things, but see, you have to have the gut feeling. You have to be okay to learn some skills and unlearn a few skills, right? So that was the whole point of this entire thing. For me, it was something that, it's very close to my heart. Okay, this whole thing of building my public speaking skills. And I would like to tell every entrepreneur, everyone around you, please go and master that skill. Okay, I actually showed in my services, I bring it out in video confidence, and I will help you. But then the whole fact is that if you can go and do it and you can go and talk to people, nothing like it. Okay, because that is communication. That is where people will know that where you come from and what you do. Okay, and how you can help them. Okay, now the final skill which I want to talk about is tribe building. Okay, which is building a community. Now you have to learn to build a kind of even if it's community of just say 10 people, okay, or 15 people, and this is very different from team building skills. Okay, this is something that you can grow as something that where people will get into your services or your product, they'll buy your product, and then you build a community where you can actually nurture that community further. They are like yours, right? So you would have seen Facebook groups, you would have seen Instagram, when they follow you on Instagram, that also can be a tribe, though it's public, it's not a private thing, but you can have a group, say on WhatsApp, on Telegram, where you have these few people who have invested in your services or your product, and you can nurture them with more knowledge, with more content. Okay, now this could also be through email lists, but see, email lists following you on Facebook or Instagram or subscribing to your YouTube, they are not your tribe. Okay, they are people who follow you, but the tribe are literally the people who get into your community. Okay, so they come for your masterminds, they come for your coaching, you can do group coaching, you can do trainings for them, right? You'll have your own little group of people who believe in you, and that's when you will start growing. Okay, so this is a very important skill that you learn how to build your community in a better way, so that it becomes a lot more easier for you to put your product and service across. So tomorrow, if you have to tell that, okay, say you have to get some feedback or some reviews where you want to show new people, you can ask your community to do it for you, and they will be more than happy to do it because they already have experienced your service or your product. Okay, so with that said, we have these 7 powerful skills. Now what I want you to do is, okay, now we are just getting into the new year, and I want you to understand that how are you going to build that skill. Now pick out the one skill that is the least is really weak for you, right? In terms of it's the weakest skill in all the 7 skills. I know you might have 2 or 3 of them, but pick one skill, okay, that you want to work for 3 months. Okay, so whenever you're watching this video, 3 months from today, okay, you work on that one skill, okay, by actually working on it and doing research. Now, how do you do research? You go and look at other entrepreneurs who are mastering this skill right now. So suppose if it's a interpersonal skills, for example. Okay, now there are people who are very good, at their people skills, and they like talking to people and communicating with people. So go and see how they do it. Okay, that's one way to do it. It's modeling. Okay, like shadowing somebody. Then the other way of doing it is probably just going and doing some research and reading books. Okay, if you're not a person who reads books, go and look at blogs, go and look at videos, go and see how people are doing it and talking about these skills. Master it on your own. Okay, nothing like getting a coach or a mentor and helping you on the way. Nothing like doing courses, nothing like learning from people who have already been there, done that. But you also start building that whole thing of owning that skill. Okay, that will really help you. Now, if you really like this video, and if you want to hear more about personal branding and all things related to building your presence online and designing your presence on the whole, then please subscribe to this channel. And if you really like this video, please give me a like, a thumbs up, and also comment below what you think and which skill are you planning to take forward in the coming months. All right, I'm really rooting for you, and I really want to see how you can grow as an entrepreneur by mastering any of these skills one at a time. I'm not telling you master all the 7 of them, but I want you to master one at a time and take it slowly, right? Remember, this is for the long game. This is not for the short journey where just overnight things are going to happen. This is going to take some time, but when you grow it, when you actually build the skill, you become one of those very few entrepreneurs, maybe the first top 5% entrepreneurs who are really good at what they do in whatever industry you're. I'm rooting for you. Bye-bye.